Hey guys, it's me, Coach Brown. I am back with my first video after several years. I went on a personal journey. Now, my time away was filled with writing, creating, inventing, and developing programs. Now my goal is to share some of these personal events and things that really helped me to achieve success throughout my life, but also I'm going to focus on these past couple of years. I'm going to share strategies, principles, tips, and tricks that I'm currently incorporating into my life. Hopefully these things will be helpful to you. One of the most enlightening spiritual experiences took place was from October 22nd to November 30th. I went on a 40-day water fast. I lost 49 pounds. This is a before picture prior to the fast. Now this is the picture on the 40th day. Needless to say, I really missed you guys, and I'm gonna have so much fun as we go through and I demonstrate to you how you can still build muscle, shape and define your body if it's done the right way. Whether you're 30, 40, 50, 60, even into your 70s, these strategies that I'm currently using, I'm gonna share with you, from recipes to exercise to spiritual insight and developing a successful thought process. But the first thing I want to share with you is something special. It's what you put in your mouth. Why? Because what you put in your mouth is very important. If you can control what you put in your mouth, the proper quantities and the quality, it will change not just your body, but it will even affect the way that you think. So you've heard this, that the most important meal of the day is breakfast. So let's start there. We're going to start with breakfast. I'm going to show you how to prepare breakfast that's healthy and that tastes good. Meet me in the kitchen. And we're going to get this party started. Okay, first I want to show you the spices that we're going to use first. So this French hot sauce makes everything taste better. We have black pepper, salt, and cinnamon for the oatmeal. Now the main ingredients we have is the oatmeal, the eggs, and we have your vegetables that we're actually putting in the eggs, along with the cheese. Instead of sugar, we're going to use monk fruit for the oatmeal that I'm actually going to be eating. The next thing we have is water. You want to make sure you have distilled water or a filter that takes all the estrogen mimickers out and all the chemicals out of that water. And then you want to supply the minerals. So with all of these ingredients, we're gonna have a list of them for you so you'll know exactly what's in this meal. Now, something that's really remarkable, as we're putting this together, we wanna make sure that we have plenty of water. So with the oatmeal, we have 1 cup of oatmeal of 4 cups of water. So with that being said, we wanna make sure, is that 3 or 4? Okay, there we go, just in case. And with the eggs, we're not using oil, we're not using anything but water itself. So we're gonna just use 1 cup of water. Now the trick with the eggs, it's really important that we do this, and that is we turn the fire up on high. So what's gonna happen here is the water starts to bubble and boil. When the water starts to boil, we put the eggs on top of it, so the eggs itself never gets the opportunity to actually touch the pan itself, and we cook the water out. When you see the eggs at the end, it'll make more sense to you, but every time I tell somebody I'm gonna cook you eggs in water, they say, leave me out, I don't want any of that. But you're gonna absolutely love this. So I'm taking the vegetables, and we're actually putting them in now. Again, as I said a little earlier, we pre-package these, put them in the refrigerator for about 2 to 3 days. We let these cook a bit before we actually put the eggs in. So we put the vegetables in first. We turn the oatmeal on. There we go, we get that started. So we're gonna take the eggs, and you notice I poured around the parameters on the outside to start with, all the way around. And now really, because of the water that we have in here, I'll just let it sit for a while. I can walk away. I'm not advising you to do this. I want you to do it several times before you, so you can develop a level of comfort. But while that's cooking, I'm not worrying about it sticking. Part of the reason why I'm not worrying about it sticking is because I've done it so many times, I can just about judge it. Come a little bit closer, I want them to see this. You look at it now, it's bubbling and you can see it around the parameters. So that means that it's not really touching the bottom of the pan. And if anything is touching, this is a pan that the eggs won't stick to anyway. But the water is all we have in there. We don't have any butter, we don't have anything else in there. We're just letting it cook. And so whatever else I need to do, I can take care of that. And as you notice, the oatmeal is starting to simmer and boil. In just a few minutes, we're gonna come back and we're gonna take a look at the eggs. So, and these will be the best eggs you've ever tasted. And again, it's made with just water. Just a minute ago, I stirred the eggs because they're getting close to being done. But as you can see, again, come a little bit closer. You can see now that that the water is still boiling around the outskirts. But what we're really doing now is we're cooking the water out. I like my eggs extremely dry, so I'm gonna cook all the water out. And the next thing you'll see is when we actually put the cheese on it and allowing the cheese to melt into the eggs. Remember, we've got the onions and the peppers, and once we season this, this is going to be amazing. So we've got the oatmeal cooking, and really what we're doing now is the oatmeal is just about done, but we're cooking the water solution down. So just a second here, you'll see these eggs ready and on the plate. I'm gonna show you the eggs. Before we put it on the plate, I'm gonna show you what the eggs look like with the cheese on it. Okay guys, I stirred it a bit, and I want you to look close again. You'll notice that there's very little water in here. So what I'm doing is basically cooking the rest of the water out. Very little water, as you can see. And I'm gonna put the cheese on now to cook the rest of it out. So now this is up to your discretion how much cheese you put on here. Just put the cheese on the top and let it melt. And this is really a timing thing, and you'll get this down, is I want to put the cheese on, allow it the time to melt, but at the same time, make sure that I put it on early enough that once the water is cooked out, I can just serve it up on the plate. Okay, there we go. The oatmeal is just about done. I want you to see the eggs. Now we're putting the oatmeal in. Oh yeah, awesome. Now we're gonna put the seasonings. We have our salt, not too much salt, pepper. I tell you, this is an amazing breakfast. And I've got just a newfound love for oatmeal. There we go. And again, as you're seasoning the food that you're eating, you want to make sure that it's seasoned to your taste rather than what you see me do here. So this is what a healthy, nutritious breakfast looks like. I want you to try this recipe, and I hope you enjoy it. This recipe was for me and my wife, but what you didn't see is she eats in keto and I eat for max muscle. There are some small alterations that I implemented that would cater to each one of our individual needs. I want you to write in the comments section below if you enjoyed this recipe, and I also want you to know that in my time away, I put together some amazing programs, so I want you to click below to take a free body quiz, and let's see if we have a program to help you reach your goals.